Hey guys, Tranzcendent here with another video, and today it's actually going to be on Planetside 2. I wanted to make a quick beginner guide for brand new players to introduce them to just the very general basics of the game, the bare bones need to know to start playing the game. Today we're going to be covering the general map and how to get into a squad and or outfit so you can begin playing with a team, coordinate really well, and start racking up those cert points so you can get good unlocks really fast. So first things first, you're going to log into the game and it's going to ask you to make a brand new character and pick a server to make that character on. Now, obviously, you're going to want to pick the server closest to you or the one that your friends are going to be playing on. I suggest picking the one closest to you just because it's going to be very laggy if you don't, and a little bit of lag in an FPS game like this makes a huge difference. It's the difference between you dying and or getting the kill. The second thing is it's going to make you want to make a character, and this character is going to be locked to the class you choose, or sorry, not class, but the faction you choose. There are 3 factions in Planetside 2. There is the New Conglomerate, the Terran Republic, and the Vanu Sovereignty, blue, red, and purple, as seen on this map right here. Once you pick that faction, you're going to be stuck with that faction, and it actually does make a little bit of a difference because each faction has different guns, different vehicles, and different general play styles when it comes to Planetside 2 and actually being on the battlefield itself. Now, I'll be covering the different factions and their playstyles in another video. For this one, I'm just going to show the brand new player how to navigate the map. I would suggest making a character. You're most likely not going to stick with your first character. I know I didn't. I started with a Vanu, then moved over to Terran Republic. Go Terrans, red all the way. You're gonna be wanting to make a character, just feel how it plays, feel how the starter weapons are gonna be playing out, and see if you like the way the starter guns feel and the starter vehicles feel. If they feel nice to you and it's very intuitive to control them, then go ahead, stick with it. I would definitely suggest getting in the game, hopping in a tank, hopping in a whatever jet, mosquito, scythe, whatever you want to go into, and then picking at least each class once, playing each for maybe 10-15 minutes, shoot around, see what they feel like, and when you get the one you really like, then stick with that one and start leveling that character. This game is a bit of a grind, although not too many of the weapons overshadow the other ones by such an amount that it's pay to win. You can pretty much kill anybody with any gun in this game as long as you're not intentionally making a little circle around their face. So you've made a character, you've fiddled around with the guns, and you've decided you're going to be playing Terran Republic because go red. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is take a look at the map. See what's controlled by you and what's controlled by the enemy. By default, everything controlled by the Terrans is going to be red, and everything controlled by the New Conglomerate will be blue, and the Vanu Sovereignty will be purple. And I'm going to shorten this up. We're going to be calling the Terrans the TR, the New Conglomerate will be NC, and the Vanu Sovereignty will be VS. You'll hear people in the game using these subversions of the full names. It's much easier to communicate with your squad mates and your platoon mates, who exactly you're fighting. You can say VS coming from northeast side, or Terran Republic, or TR coming from south. It makes it much easier and much more intuitive when you're on the battlefield. Next thing you're going to want to note is at the very top here, it actually says Amerish. You need to know that there are multiple continents in this game. There's actually 4. There's Amerish, Esamir, Hosen, and Indar. These 4 continents are the battlefields in Planetside 2, and each one of them is a separate map with different terrain style and different fighting styles on it. Each one of these maps has a different approach, and most platoon leaders and squad leaders will be fairly good at letting their squad know how to go and attack their base. They'll have very good strategies planned out, and you should be listening to squad leaders and platoon leaders because they are usually more experienced players. If you can join a very heavily populated platoon, you're much better off in this game because you're going to have 47 other guys watching your back at all times. So let's go ahead and do just that. Let's join up a squad and we'll see how it goes. When you click on this tab right here in the bottom with the 2 people, one looks like he's got a really long ear. Click on that and it'll bring you to a social tab. This one's going to show you your squad, leadership certifications, any outfit you might be in, your friends list, your voice and chat notifications, and video features. You're going to be focusing on just squad for this one. And we're going to look at the description and squad leader content slots, outfit, everything here. All of this is important. Say you want to be playing on a certain continent, as we mentioned here in the deployment tab. We're going to want to play on Indar. It's got a little alert feature on it. This basically means there's a mission going on Indar and everybody's getting bonus experience for this, and in 30 minutes the team with the most capture points collected on Indar is going to control the entire continent for a set amount of time. So we're going to want to fight on Indar for now. So we're going to go ahead and click on the social tab here, and we're going to look for Indar squads. Right here you can see under the continent tab, it'll tell you which squad or which continent this squad is going to be playing on primarily. And we can see there's many Indar ones playing right now. They're going to be trying real hard to get that alert finished, the little mission that's going on right now. And another very important thing to note is if you see the squad right here with the name, if it does not have a squad tag in front of it, like Alpha, Bravo, or Charlie, it is a single squad. That means there's only up to 12 people in that squad currently. And I personally like to avoid these squads because they're very small, very specialized, and you need to be very skilled and have advanced far enough in the game to really be useful in these kinds of squads. As a new player, you're going to want to get in a very populated squad so you can just be, as bad as it sounds, just another soldier on the battlefield. When you're on there, you can still provide good assistance to your team by picking up a good class like the medic or the engineer, but your team isn't relying on you to be so good that you might have to carry a couple of them. In these squads that have the tags in front of them, there are many people. The tags are there to specify that you're going to be joining the Alpha Squad of this platoon. Whenever you see a tag like this, it means that this description is describing a platoon to you. And in this platoon for Eclipse Tactical / Recruiting, the Alpha Squad has 4 slots open, as you can see right here. 8 out of 12 in the Alpha Squad. So if you click on that, you're going to hop in there and you're going to be filling up one of the slots in that Alpha Squad for the entire platoon. And that's going to cover you for up to, I think it's 48 players right now, which is insane. So let's go ahead and join up with this Eclipse Tactical / Recruiting, and you can see that they're not a full platoon, but they do have 2 squads going for them right now. So we're number 9 in Alpha Squad, and they've got 9 people in Bravo. And you can also hear some people talking in the background. That is actually the platoon and squad mates talking to each other, communicating on the battlefield. Now, once we're in the squad, we can go back to deployment and zoom out. And on Indar, you can actually see right here, that's where your entire squad's hanging out. So you know that these guys are probably going to want you to join up with them right here at the Dhaka Southern Outpost and basically just run around with them, help them cap bases and kill people who are shooting back at you guys. Now, if you take a look at the map, there's really no place we can spawn around our squad. We're in their squad right now, but we can't actually join them on the fight. This is because we're not on Indar right now. If you look at this list, these little 2 yellow arrows are on Amerish. That means our character is currently on Amerish continent. We want to be on Indar down here so we can spawn on our squad mates and help them out in the fight. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to move over here to the deployment section where it says squad spawns and standard spawns. We're going to want to go down in the squad spawns and find the Indar Western Warp Gate. Once you click on that, it'll zoom in on the Indar Western Warp Gate, and you can zoom out and see that it is currently on the Indar screen. And if we click deploy here, it's actually going to deploy us. Right now it's not deploying me because Indar is actually full. If this is the case, you're just going to click on continue playing and you're going to wait. When you are ready to enter Indar, when there's enough room for you, you can click on social, and under the notifications tab right here, there's going to be a small notification saying ready to warp to Indar. Once you hit accept on that, it'll take you over to Indar and you'll be able to spawn on your squad mates. The next way to quickly deploy on your squad is actually by clicking the squad spawns up here. If you click on this, it'll zoom you in on the area you're going to be spawning at. It usually picks the nearest spawn point to your current squad leader. So right now you can see our squad leader's right here. He's actually underneath all these numbers. Oh, he just vanished. Where'd he go? Oh no, they're flying. Alright. You can see they're flying over here to the Scarred Mesa Skydock. So, either you can wait till they get there and see if a new squad spawn location starts up, or you can just start spawning right on where it says currently. So right now it says a Sunderer. So they do actually have a new spawn point up here in the Scarred Mesa Skydock. So we waited just a few seconds and we got a huge spawn boost. Now we're not spawning on this little amp station, which is so far away from our objective, but just by waiting a little bit, we got the Sunderer spawn and we can spawn right here on top of our squad mates. Now, a Sunderer is a ground vehicle that acts as a deployment location for a player. So if you see any of these little green rectangular little objects on the map, that means you can spawn on them, and you usually want to spawn on one closest to your squad. This is the little guy I'm talking about. This is a Sunderer, and this is going to allow you to spawn right on top of it. These are usually very high value targets for enemies, so you want to be careful when spawning on them, but they are the primary mode of deployment when you're looking to join up with your squad. Keep in mind that when you are stuck in basically a barren wasteland with nobody to shoot at and nobody shooting back at you, you can actually press U, which will let you redeploy onto any other spawn point on the map for free. It'll just wait 10 seconds and then throw you back onto this little deployment screen where you can pick any other spawn point you want. There's no penalty to doing this. You don't lose any points, you don't gain a death, nothing like that. It just lets you get back into the action a little bit faster. Now, there is also a second button. This one is kind of random though. You can press I and it'll do the same thing, a 10-second countdown, and it'll let you get right into the action. It's actually called the instant action button, and it'll throw you into a place that currently needs reinforcements. This doesn't necessarily mean you'll get put in with your squad or even with a large group of players, just a place that some action's happening right now and could use you there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I really hope this helped all the new players out, and hopefully you can read the map a little bit better. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and leave any suggestions for future videos. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in future videos. Here's a little clip of me actually doing pretty well. Let's do it, boys and girls and animals, whatever you identify as. Peekaboo! Oh god, I almost died. No, don't reload, what are you doing? Damn.